What up, guys? Your boy Quake, and Kendrick Lamar has officially responded to Drake with the diss track Euphoria. And I'm going to break down that track bar for bar because it's got layers upon layers under the bars. But I'm going to do that in the next video. This one, I'm just going to be talking about all the people that reacted to the track, the major figures in the hip-hop world, including Top from TDE, who got mentioned in Drake's push-ups, Drake himself, 50 Cent, and whoever else is part of the culture that's really big that reacted to it. So let's go over it. Kendrick just dropped this Euphoria diss track, and, it caught people by storm. It was a surprise. It was officially released on his platform, so there was no guessing if it's AI or not, which I appreciate because when the Drake leak came out, there was a lot of confusion if this is real or not. But, in today's time, we need an official release. That's why I said, guys, don't just believe anything that comes out online. Wait until the artists themselves officially puts it out, and that's what we did with Kendrick, officially put it out. And there's a lot of stuff behind that, but I'm going to get into that when I do the bar-for-bar breakdown because there's so much. I went live on YouTube, so for those of you that joined me on there, I appreciate it. We had like 700 viewers at one point, and it was just fun, man, going over the live breakdown of things. And some things I was surprised by, some things I kind of knew. So, yeah, before we get into all that, though, that's going to be the next video. Let's get into the reactions. I want to start out with Drake because Drake is obviously the main target of this diss track. So let's get into how Drake has responded to all this. Initially, the first response from Drake was on Instagram, and it was a Drake fan page, I believe, posted a photo of like Drake's face kind of acting, I don't know, like when you look at something, you're like, this is all right. And then in the caption it said, that's it, and Drake ended up liking it. So that was like the first official response from Drake on social media. But then Academics got a text message from Drake, and this is what Academics had to say.
Well, I don't know if I should read this first line, but the next thing he said was this: as I told y'all, I told y'all one thing I know my GOAT. He says, see you soon. That's it. See you soon. You feel me?
That nigga watch it. What the first line say, though? Yeah, what the first line say? That nigga watch it.
Drake in it. It's time to.
No, I don't know if this has any. It probably. Well, no. The first line says, he says, I'm energized. Well, he's quoting Kanye though. He's like, I'm energized by the elimination of Drake with a bunch of laugh emojis. Then he says, see you soon.
So Drake texted Academics and said, I'm energized by the elimination of Drake, which is a play on Kanye West when he did that interview on the podcast with Justin LaBoy. He basically said, hey, we're all trying to eliminate Drake. Basically, all of us, we're energized. We're excited about eliminating Drake. So he was quoting Kanye in that text and then said, see you soon. Now, I fully expect Drake to respond probably quickly, man. I'm not even going to be surprised. I'm sure we're not going to wait a long time. If Drake responds quickly, I think that's going to put more pressure on Kendrick Lamar to respond a lot quicker. Drake also, after those two responses, also responded on his stories. The girl is basically reading a note about, I hate everything about you. So if you remember in the Euphoria diss track, Kendrick just talks about everything he hates about Drake. There's some bars on here. Let me go over a little bit. He says this: it's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you talk, the way that you walk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way you sneak this. If I catch a flight, it's going to be direct. We hate the bitches you fuck because they confuse themselves with real women. So Drake responded to that in the stories, and this is what he posted with a wink emoji and a heartbreak emoji.
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme. I hate it. I hate the way you're always right. I hate it when you lie. I hate it when you make me laugh. Even worse when you make me cry. I hate it when you're not around.
So that's the official responses from Drake. I'm sure he's going to come with the track pretty soon here. We're going to expect something. But obviously Drake's response is obviously the most important response because that's what this is all about, Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. Continuing on, 50 Cent responded. And the reason why I like when 50 Cent responds is because 50 Cent's been in these beefs. He's probably the most well-seasoned person when it comes to beefs ever. So he posted the Euphoria track on YouTube. And in the caption he said, this is real hip-hop shit. Go check it out. I would have posted it, but it's too long. Yeah, so the Kendrick diss track is like over 6 minutes long. He said I would have posted it, but it's just too long of a track. Which 50, if you don't know how to use Instagram, man, hit your boy up. I'll teach you, man. You can post 10 minutes, 20 minutes worth of reels on there, so don't worry about it. I got you. But yeah, 50 just said, hey, this is real hip hop shit, man. And I think 50 has never really chosen a side. I know, he's hyped up a lot of what Drake did, but at the end of the day, Aftermath, Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Dre, if 50 really had to choose a side, I think he would side with Kendrick Lamar. That's my speculation with it, but he's been neutral with everything. So he gave Kendrick Lamar his props. Continuing on, Rick Ross, Rose, a.k.a. William Roberts, has responded to the Kendrick Lamar diss track and has advised Drake to not respond to Kendrick Lamar. So let's go over what the fuck William Roberts is talking about.
White boy, white boy, white boy. Crody, Crody, Crody. Do they even have Wi-Fi on that cargo plane? He may not even heard this yet, but look, white boy, I know we not friends, but let me give you this advice, because you ain't got nobody around you. Or you ain't got no real niggas around you. Let me just put it like that. Ain't no real niggas. Stop. Don't respond. Don't respond. You ain't even peeped when the intro came on with the Teddy Pendergrass. That was that black vibe. Don't do it. Don't go write a 8-minute verse that, I know, nigga, Yachty, I know you want to get that money. You ain't wrong, nigga. Keep buying them big houses, but I'm going to tell you this like a real nigga. Ain't no more BBLs. Ain't no more ass fillers. Ain't no more cheek fillers.
I'm sorry, man. Rick Ross, I ain't gonna lie, man. He is funny. As much as I like to troll about him being the fakest rapper alive, he's hilarious, man. The BBL, cheek fillers, and all that stuff. And then he's like, you probably. The funny thing is, he started this out by saying, like, you probably haven't heard the track Drake because you don't have Wi-Fi in your old ass private jet. That's basically what he clowned him for. But hey, man, Rick Ross jumping into this and saying what he said is just hilarious, man. He's saying don't respond, because Kendrick's gonna cook you. But Drake's gonna respond, man. Drake's been wanting this for a while. It's been brewing for a while. So interesting response from William Roberts, aka Rose. So we'll see, moving forward, if Drake even addresses Rick Ross. I think what Drake's gonna do is, keep this between him and Kendrick, and then down the line he's gonna, kind of address Future, Weekend, A$AP Rocky. I don't think he should address A$AP Rocky because that guy's been irrelevant musically for a minute. But then, Rick Ross and all these other people that have been taking shots at him. Continuing on, Gunna has responded because Gunna was mentioned in the Kendrick Lamar diss track in these bars. I know some shit about guys that make Gunna wanna look like a saint. And when I was live on YouTube, I looked into these bars and it has a lot, dude. It's some deep shit that I had no idea about. Apparently, Drake got robbed in May of 2009 and ended up snitching on the guys that robbed him. I had no idea about that, but I'm going to break that down in my lyric breakdown video a lot more. I'm going to deep dive into that. But yeah, that was the bar. And then Gunna responded with a tweet saying, man, what's happening? Like, what the fuck's going on? Why am I getting dragged into this shit? But shout out to Gunna, man. Dope response. Simple, but effective. So that was Gunna's response to being mentioned in the Kendrick Lamar diss. Lil Yachty responded, and Kendrick mentioned Lil Yachty in his diss track. He said, Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you hang with. So Lil Yachty ended up liking a tweet from a Drake fan that said, so who was raising your child while you were out cheating on your wife with white women? He ended up liking that tweet, which was interesting in itself. Basically, because in the track Euphoria, Kendrick says, y'all think all of my life is rap. That's hoe shit. I got a son to raise, but I can see you know nothing about that. Basically clowning Drake for the, Adonis not really accepting his child and being a deadbeat father that Pusha T pushed. Yachty ended up liking that tweet. And we don't know about the history of all this stuff, so I'm not going to really deep dive into, if Kendrick was a deadbeat father himself and cheating on, his wife with white women. That's all just gossip talk, guys. There's been no proof of that. Metro Boomin responded to the Kendrick Lamar diss track towards Drake, and of course he's the vessel that started kind of all this stuff with the Like That track with Future. And he went on X and posted, "Thank God for the day." A bunch of laughing emojis. And then he posted a GIF saying, "Ba-dum-ts," which is, you know what? Hey, man, we're out here. Shout out to Kendrick. So Suge Knight has responded to Kendrick's diss. And he quoted Kendrick's link to Euphoria, the diss track. And he said this: "Round 1 goes to Kendrick Lamar, but youngin, let's stop saying light-skinned people aren't black, because the police think otherwise. Black is black. That creates division among ourselves. And I ain't fucking with that." So, you know, he likes the Kendrick diss track, but he's saying, listen, man, just because he's light-skinned doesn't mean he's black. You know, we get treated the same. And a lot of what Kendrick's diss has some of that in there, where it's playing on Drake's, really, is he really this guy about the culture? Is he really black? He's trying to pretend to be blacker than what he is. And I'm going to break that down more in the bar for bar diss track. Top Dog from TDE, who obviously got mentioned in the Drake Push-Ups track, you know, Top's taking the split, dropping Give Me 50, all that. He posted on X and responded to Kendrick Lamar's diss track. And what he said was interesting, because this, you know, this is kind of calling out all the people that sided with Drake when Drake dropped Push-Ups, all the industry people that were on his side. This is what he posted on X. He said, "We saw everybody that showed their hand. This the family, dot still the king, TDE." And I think he's going at the Game, because the Game posted that Drake Enemies track saying, "I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, blah, blah, blah." So it would seem like Game was siding with Drake. And then you had different people kind of, you know, voicing their opinions from 50 Cent to this and that. And he's saying, listen, y'all sided with him when he dropped Push-Ups. Now that Kendrick drops, are you guys going to switch sides? And I, you know, in my kind of viewpoint, I kind of see it as like, hey, man, we're just enjoying both sides of the diss tracks. At least I am. I have no horse in this race. I'm not on Drake's side. I'm not on Kendrick's side. I just want great diss tracks. So that's the way I view it. You know, I have no, like, I enjoy both of these artists for their own things that they deliver. So that's my kind of take on it. But shout out to Top for posting what he posted. J-Rock, who's part of the TDE camp and a good friend of Kendrick Lamar, posted the Euphoria track and said, "Now this ain't no AI. I see K. Euphoria." And then he said, "Guy got fried like a nice golden brown wing, LOL. Drop that guy in that grease for 6 minutes, 40-something seconds. Fried him," with a bunch of fire emojis. Punch from TDE responded and just said, "Well," basically saying, "Hey, man, this is it. Y'all wanted this. This is it." So continuing on, Denzel Curry responded and said, "Cole definitely knew what was going to happen." So it's funny because Cole, you know, J. Cole apologized, got out of this. J. Cole was seen like the other day, I think, or this past 2 days or something like that, at a restaurant enjoying food, just chilling. Cole just kind of backed out of it and said, "I don't want to deal with this bullshit that you guys got going on." And, you know, in hindsight, it kind of seems like, hey, man, it makes sense. I think Cole has a lane to go at Kanye West, and I think that's a great battle to go for because Kanye, you know, obviously disrespected J. Cole. So I think that's a great lane for J. Cole to go at and, you know, battle with him. But, you know, Denzel Curry's right, man. J. Cole knew what was going to happen and kind of stayed out the way. Continuing on, YNW Melly responded, and YNW Melly was mentioned on the track in these bars. "I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly." Basically saying that, hey, I'm going to kill my own friends. Because allegedly, I'm not, he hasn't been convicted of this, but, you know, there's rumors out there that, you know, in this court case and stuff, that he killed his friends and he's going to have to go through that trial and all that stuff. But YNW Melly responded to that while locked up. He said this, "Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite rappers, so I feel honored and appalled. I'm a household name just for the wrong shit." So he's basically saying, you know what? I appreciate it. I love Kendrick, but it's for the wrong things that I'm getting mentioned. I don't like to be mentioned about this stuff. So it's kind of half-half for them. He's like, you know what? I like the fact that I'm mentioned by one of the biggest rappers out there, but, you know, you're kind of throwing dirt in my name by, you know, assuming that I actually did this stuff when I haven't been convicted of it yet. So that's his response to it. So that's it for the major responses when it comes to this Kendrick Lamar Euphoria diss track. Let me know what you guys think, man. Do you guys enjoy the track? Was it something that you guys expected? Was it over the top? Was it disappointing? Like I said, I have no horse in this race, man. I just love the bars. I'm happy for each side. I feel like each side has delivered Drake delivered in the fact that he responded to multiple people on one track, which I wanted from Drake. And then Kendrick delivered in the fact that he just spitting bars. I mean, we're getting 6 minutes and whatever seconds in bars. So I'm happy. I can't wait for Drake's response because this is going to be the official Drake response that's solely going at Kendrick. We got to remember that Push-Up's track is going at multiple people. It's not just Kendrick, even though I want to say about 40, maybe 50% of the track was towards Kendrick. The rest was like Rick Ross, Weeknd, and whoever else, Metro Boomin, Future, that went at Drake. So now we're going to get a response from Drake, and Drake is hyped up. Drake wanted this. Kendrick's probably wanted this for a minute. They've been sneak dissing each other for a while. So this is one of the, here's the thing. If you weren't, and this applies to me, I wasn't old enough to enjoy the Jay-Z versus Nas beef or the 50 Cent versus Ja Rule beef. I wasn't old enough to understand that. I am old enough now to understand what's going on right now. So this is a moment in hip-hop that we all must enjoy, regardless of what side you're on. Just listen to the music, enjoy the fact that we're getting competition from lots of artists, by the way. Chris Brown, Quavo, Drake, Kendrick, and all these other artists are getting in between, mixed in it. We should just appreciate it, man. I know if you're on one side, the other side, whatever, it's cool. But just try not to have a biased opinion on things. Try to keep it as neutral as possible. Appreciate when a diss track is great. Appreciate when an artist actually responds because, we could just get a Kumbaya, DJ Khaled, everybody loves each other moments. And, that's cool. It causes for less drama. But, some rap battles are warranted in this situation. So let me know what you guys think of the diss track. All these responses are crazy. That's it for today's video. If you guys want to support this channel further, you can do so at patreon.com/diverse mentality. For just $3 a month, you can get my videos uncut and raw the way I intended them to be, but couldn't because of YouTube. Plus, you also get access to our Discord community, where we have a great community talking about hip-hop and various other things. It's very dope. So only $3 a month. I'd really appreciate the support. Also, follow us on social media at QuakeGW and at Diverse Mentality. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.